Hey everybody, it's Saturday night. It is the late night agenda. I'm your host Craig and you're all very welcome to the show. One day, one more sleep until the Reds are back in action against Chelsea at Anfield in another must-win. They're all fucking must-win games at this point. Another must-win game for Liverpool. Obviously we know Manchester City are in action beforehand. Hopefully Crystal Palace do us a favour, but you know what? Let's just go about our own business and wait and see what happens. There's lots for us to get through tonight. Before I say my hellos, and this is usually what I do when I start the show, I want to just start tonight by paying respect to a Liverpool great. Now the word great and the word legend is thrown around too easily sometimes in the modern era, but it's fair to say that Tommy Smith, who has passed away at the age of 74, was absolutely a Liverpool legend. He made 638 appearances for the club between 1960 and 1978, scoring 48 goals, winning 9 major trophies, 4 league titles, a European Cup, 2 FA Cups and 2 European Cups, and captaining the Reds for 3 years. As I said, it's always a sad, sad day when a true great of the club passes away. So rest in peace, Tommy. I don't know what else to say, guys. It's always a sad day, and I just wanted to start by paying my respects to Tommy Smith, the Anfield Iron, a true legend of this football club. Anybody you've seen speaking about Tommy Smith over the past couple of days has had nothing but respect and admiration and beautiful, wonderful things to say, whether it be Jamie Carragher, whether it be John Aldridge, whoever it is. They all have their own stories for Tommy Smith. And he is one of the original stalwarts of this club, one of the people that put this club on the map. So rest in peace, Anfield Iron, from all of us at Anfield Agenda, from Liverpool fans around the world. Right, guys, let's move on and start tonight's show. Who have we got in the chat to say hello to? We have Scotty, we've Kyle Martin, we have Mr. Steamer, which is what I shall be calling you now, Rafa the Gaffer, Scotty, Jack Thomas, Azzy, Tom Boland, Liverpool Football Club. Who else we got? Paul Ward, Liverpool Man, Pragmaverts, Darren Young, Ryan White, Mason Endicott, Joshua Hoy, Billy Barron, Premier League fans, Shadow Games, Nathan Carter. I think I've got everyone. AJ Red Hulk, Stevie Richards, Billy Barron, Joseph Manuel, Brian Morrissey, how are you, pal? Kev is in as well. Ewan, Adrian, my goodness, I'm trying to keep up. Stanley, Liverpool. Guys, how are you? Lots of people as well, as you'd expect. And if I missed your name, apologies. Awfully British, I see you there. How are you, pal? Antico, Sam McGarry, Tiger Alex Byrne. Best Buddies and Fabian Black. I think I've got everybody there now. Look, lots of people wanted to start the show as well by saying rest in peace to Tommy Smith, an absolute Liverpool legend. I can't go through every one of your comments on that because there's just so many. Because like myself, like Jamie Carragher, like former Reds, we all hold this man in the highest of esteem. So thank you for those comments, and I'm sure Liverpool fans around the world will appreciate them as well. Let's get started with tonight's show, guys, and what do you want to have a chat about? This is your show. We'll have a look ahead to the game against Chelsea, of course. Jurgen Klopp has come out and he's won Manager of the Month for March, which is brilliant. Jurgen Klopp's second Manager of the Month award. He won one back in September as well, so congratulations to Jurgen Klopp on that. Another well-deserved accolade, but hopefully the big accolades are still to come this season. The Reds are on for a possible double. Premier League, Champions League. Oh God, this last month is going to kill me. It is going to kill me, ladies and gents. I'm absolutely shattered. And we're only starting. There's a full month to go. Yesterday I think marked 1 month left in the Premier League. Obviously we've got the Champions League as well. How's everybody feeling ahead of tomorrow night's game? As he said, good evening. It was lovely to see Sean Cox in the stand. Must have been emotional. It was wonderful to see him there without a shadow of a doubt. One of the moments, or the standout moment of the evening for me was when the big screens did show Mr. Cox in the stand, and to a man, woman and child, everybody in that stadium applauded, and it was a real special moment. So I was just privileged to be there yesterday for that. I think there was around 27,000 people showed up to the Aviva to show support for Sean Cox and the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Fund. And well done to everybody that came out. If you couldn't come out, I know a lot of people have donated as well, and a lot of people have done many other things to help raise money for the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Fund, whether it be bag packing, whether it be sponsored walks, whatever it might be. So many Reds around the world have done more than their fair share to help Sean Cox and his family, so I'm sure it'll continue to happen. It's life-changing injuries that man has suffered, and it goes beyond the extent of just rehabilitating from the actual injuries. You're looking at the man's house having to be almost rebuilt, I suppose, to an extent. I think, if I remember correctly, Martina Cox said that Sean now has to go over to the UK to continue his rehabilitation when he leaves the National Maternity Hospital, Craig. Definitely is the National Maternity Hospital, the National Rehabilitation Hospital in Dunleary in Dublin. So I believe there's no more specialist treatment that he can avail of in Ireland, so he has to go over to the UK. So look, it's a long road for Sean Cox and his family ahead, but if even the financial burden can be something that's taken off their mind, then surely that's a good thing. So again, thank you to everyone that showed up yesterday. And we do have a little competition to run later on as well, which goes hand in hand with the game yesterday, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. Do you still think we'll win the league? Asked Liverpool man. Of course I do, mate. I'm an optimist. Of course I believe we'll win the league. Shabbat Shalom, Craig, said Sebastian. How are you, pal? Welcome. Paul Turner says hello as well. Hazard can make everyone flat-footed. He needs to be snuffed out, said Pragmaverse. He does, and he is. Eden Hazard has got magic in those feet of his when he shows up. Reading a couple of things in the media, some people suggest he may not start because Sarri wants to prioritise the Europa League, but Chelsea are already 1-0 up, and they've got a home game coming up against Slavia Prague. I can't see them not starting Eden Hazard. They want to qualify for the Champions League, so I'm going to go on the assumption that Eden Hazard starts tomorrow. But you know what? If we go and we play our game, the KOP gets behind the team, the boys are up for from the start. If both teams play to 100%, then I firmly believe Liverpool are the better side. Now, I think it's been 5 years since we last beat Chelsea at Anfield, so it's time to put that one to bed. So it's not going to be an easy game tomorrow. On paper, it's probably the most difficult game that Liverpool have left this season in the league, but football isn't played on paper. It's about going out there tomorrow, getting those 3 points. What I don't want to happen is if Manchester City go to Crystal Palace tomorrow and they pick up 3 points, I don't want it to seep into our fan base's psyche. I don't want people to feel down about things. Anything can happen. It could go to the last game of the season, but we just have to be there fighting. This football club has to keep believing. We as a fan base have to keep believing, and those boys on the pitch, they will keep believing. So until the bitter end, we've got to keep fighting. This is one hell of a title race. This is probably the best title race in Premier League history, particularly when you're talking about the points totals. Let's just sit back, strap in, and wait to see. Maybe strap on if that's your thing, and wait to see what the rest of the season holds. It was also a pleasure yesterday to bump into Dave. Did a little bit of recording with Dave, from our good friend Dave from Dave's LFC Chats. I think he posted that up on his channel, so please do pop over there and check that one out. Did anything else really happen yesterday? Not much. Brian was there with us as well. We did a little bit of filming, a few bits and pieces, but mainly it was just to be there. I just wanted to be there. Connor just wanted to be there. Brian, Dave, and everybody else that was there just wanted to be there to show our respects and to support what is a fantastic cause. Right. Bonjour, Nathan. How are you, pal? Yo, Craig. How was the Sean Cox charity game? It was great as an occasion. I mean, it's a Legends game, so the football is never, of the highest caliber these days, but that's not what it's about. It's just about having fun. Again, for me, the thing I like about these type of occasions is seeing families go in there together, young kids getting to see Reds, fathers getting to see their heroes from when they were younger, and passing that information and that knowledge on to the next generation of Liverpool fans, which I always believe is a beautiful thing. Hardest game of the season to come, said Awfully British. Hardest game of the season, come on. Every game between now and the end of the season, I suppose, mate, is going to be the hardest game, isn't it? They're all going to be difficult. We just got to believe. I mean, let's enjoy this. This is what we wanted, ladies and gents. Let's get right behind the guys and don't worry about Chelsea. Fuck Chelsea. Just go out there and do our own thing. What else we got? 4-1 to Liverpool, said Joseph Manuel. Salah, Mane, 2, Trent, come on you red men. Stephen Richard, rest in peace Tommy. Let's beat Chelsea, said Billy Barron. Absolutely. Anybody holding out much hope tomorrow that Manchester City drop any points at Crystal Palace, or how's everybody feeling about that one? Good evening, Craig. Another cup final tomorrow, said AJ. Yeah, they're all cup finals, mate, and we've got to be up for every single one of them. And of course, we've got a game on Wednesday as well, away against Porto. Got to put that game to bed and qualify for the semi-finals of the Champions League. I mean, this season, guys, is shaping up to be another belter. Possible semi-final of the Champions League, Premier League gone right down to the wire, is what we want to be. I mean, imagine being at the point of the season now where there's fucking nothing to play for. We're sitting around scratching our arses, just maybe hoping for fourth. I mean, we've been in that position so many times now, and last season we're pushing on. It's great. I love this. I live for this stuff. I'm knackered. I'm exhausted. It's been a really busy week for me with travelling and going up and down and filming and stuff, but everything leads to Sunday. Everything leads to the next Premier League game, and there's only 5 of these motherfuckers left this season, so I want to savour and enjoy every one. We will, of course, be doing a watch along of the game tomorrow starting from 4 o'clock, so I hope you can join us for that. Harry Maddox said, are you feeling nervous for tomorrow? No, mate, not nervous. Buzzing is the word I'd use. I'm never nervous when the Reds take to the pitch. Actually, I'm lying to you. I'm always a little bit nervous when we play United, even if United are in diabolical form. I just never want to lose to those fuckers. So this isn't United, this is Chelsea. So no, I'm not nervous. I'm excited. How about you guys? Kev, how are you, my friend? R.I.P. to great Tommy, said Adrian Hall. Again, lots of people passing their respects to the Anfield Iron. I expect nothing less from you guys because you're a great bunch. Hi Craig, will you be commenting on the Chelsea game? Will indeed, mate. We'll be starting from 4 o'clock tomorrow. Never miss a chance to do a watch along. I absolutely love them. It's one of my favourite things to do on the channel. So yeah, 4 o'clock tomorrow. I'm not sure about tomorrow's late night agenda. You're going to have to bear with me. I'm going to have to wait and see how tomorrow goes, because we've got the watch along. That's a good 2 hours. Then we've got a post match show after that as well. So let's just wait and see how the voice holds up. Triple Y, how are you, mate? Welcome. Awfully British. R.I.P. to Tommy. And Dico said, hi Craig, hope you have a good day. I always have a good day, mate. It's always a good day when I get to come on here and talk to fellow Reds. Okay, where was this? I missed some of these comments. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to catch back up. I see Boya is in as well, mate. How are you? Well, kind of know how you are, pal, after yesterday's result, but... Or was it today's result? No, it was yesterday's result. You guys played on Friday night, didn't you? Alright, here we go. Right, where was it? Something about... This chat moves too damn quick. Do you know that? It's just when I think I'm catching up, it flies along. Hey Craig, what do you think the midfield 3 should be tomorrow? If I remember correctly, I went with Henderson, Fabinho and Gini Wijnaldum. But Harry, I have absolutely no issues whatever happens as long as Fabinho's in that midfield tomorrow. I think Henderson will get the go ahead. I think he'll get the nod in a more attacking position like we've seen recently. Whether it's Gini or whether it's Katie, you know what, I don't mind. I trust Jurgen Klopp. Somebody put something in there about... Oh, where's it gone? Sorry, I'm trying to scroll back up to get to a comment, but I think I've missed it. Dude, yeah, I think I fucking lost the comment. Sorry, guys. Whoever's comment it was, I apologise. It was something to do with the United stand, and I can't remember where it was. Nah, I've definitely lost it. Rafa the Gaffer said the KOP and the Kennedy Dalglish stand have been decorated with Hillsborough Memorial colours, 96 and 30 years spelled out in the seats. I just hope that that is respected tomorrow. I believe it will be. I just hope it is. Keita or Hendo for Chelsea? Either or, mate. Either or. Actually, do you know what? I think it will be more Keita or Gini for me personally, but I mean, I don't mind, mate. I trust Jurgen Klopp. He sees these guys training. He's going to know who's fit, available, ready to go. If it's a win tomorrow, Liverpool win the title. City will drop points to United or Spurs, said AJ. Woohoo, I'm on time. So my Ted, tonight actually I was on time for once, which is a fucking miracle for me. The Babel Claxon said, Brian, he did score today. Everton, oh, never change Everton, mate. Never fucking change. Suddenly, Connor sent me posts from Everton fans saying that, do you know what, if we sign Timo Werner, because they're actually deluded enough to think they might sign Timo Werner, then nobody will be able to beat us in this league except City. And I'm going, this was before they were humiliated by relegated Fulham today, by the way. They really are a deluded bunch, aren't they? They really fucking are. Every year they convince themselves they're going to be relevant, and then the season happens, and you know what happens after that. You guys know the drill at this point. Nervous for tomorrow? Absolutely not. Never nervous. After the match, Craig, cannot wait for no reason to be nervous. We play our best, smash the plastics to pieces, and show our class, said Ant. Were you at the Liverpool Legends versus Ireland's Legends? Indeed I was, mate. It was a great game. To be part of, I mean, as I said, the quality of football, you could see with these guys that the mind is still there, the footballing brains are still there, but a bit like myself and other men of middle age, you know, you put on weight, don't you? So, do you know what I've noticed? I could be wrong on this, but maybe I am. Did anybody else see that the foreign lads the European lads, or the non-English or British or Irish lads, they look after themselves even after they retire, where some of the British and Irish boys, they I don't know whether they go on the pub circuit or what they do, but some of them, now you don't want to tar everyone with the same brush, but some of the boys, they relax, shall we say, a little bit when they retire. I think Jurgen got one in December, but not sure. September. I read this off the Liverpool site earlier on, mate. He won it in September, and then he won this one, so this is the second one. Confidence is key tomorrow, said Ted Hutton. Me bum's twitching for tomorrow. When I started reading that, mate, I said, Craig, me bums, and I was like, hang on, where the fuck is Stevie going with this one? What do you reckon the midfield 3 should be? I've just gone through that one. Can't believe that racism still exists in football. Absolutely disgusting, said Paul Young. It seems, unfortunately, Paul, at this moment in time, mate, we can't go a day without seeing something coming up. Today there was something from anti-Semitic chants from West Ham fans, I believe. We know what happened during the week as well. I don't need to go back over that, but as you rightly said, Paul, I can't believe it still exists either. It shouldn't exist. We don't want it in our sport. We don't want it in our society. But look, let's move on. Chelsea are currently going through a good patch. Time to destroy the top 4 push, said Awfully British. I don't think Connor is in the chat, Triple Y, but I could be wrong. He might be watching. I don't think he's in the chat. But if there's anything I can help you with, mate, please do ask. Even though, you know, I don't have a sense of humour and all. Triple Y, I'll do my best. I wish Sean Cox and his family all the best, said Keane Rainsford, top man. We need 15 points out of 15, said Pragmaverts. Yeah, unfortunately, mate, I kind of tend to agree with you. I think we do need to win these last 5 games. I didn't realise that I said this on a stream the other night, but I didn't realise that Manchester City haven't dropped a point in the league since that 2-1 loss to Newcastle in January. If they go right through to fucking May and win every game, I mean, what can you do? What can you do but tip your hat and say, shit, whoops. I hope they don't. I don't think they will. I still do think they'll drop points, but it is a big, big game for both clubs tomorrow, and the pressure is going to ramp up a lot. Obviously, we know Manchester City have a 1-0 deficit to overcome in their second game. There was not 20,700 people in the Vega. There was 26,428 or something like that, but it was definitely over 26,000. Boya said, hi Craig, heading to the Leicester versus Liverpool under 23s tomorrow. Nice, mate. I'll be interested to see how that one works out. 2 really good young squads there as well, to be fair, Boya, so I'd imagine you're in for a decent game of football. Chelsea's fullbacks are very weak, said AJ. Azpilicueta is a shadow of himself, and Alonso/Emerson aren't up to it. Tyler the Guy won Eugene. How are you, mate? Welcome. I need Bobby's dentist, said Labs Gamer, mate. I could do with him as well. I think we could all do with it. It must be something when you sign for the club. There has to be something. There has to be an old teeth whitening thrown in or something. Because every time somebody joins Liverpool Football Club, within 6 months they have a brand new set of gnashers on them, and they're all looking fantastic. It's cool to see you meeting up with Dave, said Joshua Hoy. Yeah, look, maybe next season going forward, Dave could be doing a few bits more with us. Yeah, we're talking with Dave. I mean, as we know, Dave's a lovely guy. I mean, he's a genuinely lovely fella. And I'd like to get him involved. I'd like to get him doing more stuff. I mean, of course, he has his own channel, but that doesn't mean we can't get him onto Anfield Agenda to do some podcasts or something. We want to do more next season. We want to push this bitch on to the next level. Yeah, always looking to go ahead, always looking to do something else. And, you know, the more people you meet, the more friendships you make, the more you can push these things on, the more we can collaborate with different people. So I'm sure everybody's sick of seeing my bald, ugly ass, so maybe you can get to see a few more people next season. I've heard we're locked in talks with Adidas and Nike, and that leads me on actually rather nicely. Thank you very much. So as who was it said that? Red Hulk said, I believe we're in talks with Adidas and Nike. Yes, in that it's now being reported that not only are Liverpool negotiating with Nike and of course New Balance, who are our kit manufacturers at the minute, it's also been reported that we're in serious discussions with Adidas or Adidas, depending on which way you prefer me to say that. Any deal is likely to eclipse the current biggest Premier League deal, which is held by Manchester United, believed to be somewhere around £75 million per season over 10 seasons with ADIDAS, because I don't know how to, or AS, sorry. I don't want to say it wrong, because if I say Adidas, some people have a go at me. If I say Adidas, other people have a go at me. And I don't even know which one I say, because I kind of flip in between the two as well. But anyway, Personally, I want the 3 stripes. I've said this all the time. I like New Balance. If New Balance have a matching clause, it's believed New Balance have a matching clause, which means that if Nike, whatever, were to come in there and throw down 83 million quid a year, they have the option to match that. And if they match that, then I believe it's in the contract that the gig is theirs. But, you know, I'm old school. I like the 3 stripes. I'd love Liverpool to go back to Adidas. I'm going to go with Adidas for the time being, because I want those retro shirts. I want to see those beautiful candy shirts with the Adidas badge on them again. I want to be able to go into the club shops and really buy the shirts that we all loved and grew up with. Plus, Nike doesn't fit well with me. I mean, from a brand perspective, to go with Liverpool, it just doesn't seem right. I don't have any reasoning for this. I've just, you know, some people, we did a poll actually on our Twitter account, and we asked people, what do you think? Yes to Nike, no to Nike, or don't care. And I think like 71% of people on the poll said that they'd like Nike to be the kit manufacturers. So there you go. Maybe I'm absolutely in the minority on this. I don't know. Well, I do know I am. I seem to be clearly in the minority. Virgil has his pocket ready for Hazard. Fuck him, said Stephen Richards. VVD has not been dribbled past by a single opponent this season. I said that. I made that exact point, Awfully British, when I was filming on Monday. I made that point as part of the filming, and one of the other fans told me I was talking out my arse on that one. I know for a fact the statistics show exactly what Awfully British has said, that Virgil van Dijk has not been dribbled past by a single opponent this season. That was pointed out to me that he fouled, was it Sterling or Mahrez for a penalty or something at some point? But the stats show he hasn't been dribbled past, and to me, that's correct. Hi Craig, how's your day been? Seen the news about Joey Barton? Yes, I have seen that Joey Barton has been, when he was trying to leave in his black BMW and the coppers basically jumped in front of his car because he had an altercation with, was it the Barnsley manager or something like that? And look, I don't know what happens. Well, we kind of seen bits and pieces of it, but I'll leave that to the authorities to sort out. But, you know, Joey Barton, unfortunately, is never far from controversy. Hey Craig, what do you think the midfield 3 should be tomorrow? I think I've gone through that one. We need an early goal, said Awfully British. I wouldn't say no, mate, if there's one on offer. I fancy us to beat any team at home. Chelsea have improved, but we are Liverpool, said Azzy. Fabinho can handle Hazard, and Gini should cover the ground that Fabinho vacates, said Pragmaverts. Sino, how are you, my friend? Hey Craig, what do you think about the Hillsborough disaster? It's nearly 30 years. Well, it is indeed 30 years. Monday marks the 30-year anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster. And, you know, we'll talk about this more on Monday, mate, if that's okay. It's obviously a sensitive subject, and with a stream that I'm trying to be upbeat on before the game tomorrow, I don't really think it's the right time for me to talk about something so sombre. But we will, of course, talk about that on Monday. And 30 years, it's a long time, isn't it? And we're still fighting. The club's still fighting. The families are still fighting to get that one sorted and to get justice, but I can't really talk too much about that at the minute, mate. Damien Snowden said 3-2 for Liverpool tomorrow, and I'm not brushing over that, by the way, so you know, I promise you Monday, mate, we'll talk about this in more detail. Martin O'Sullivan said, I'll be in the KOP tomorrow, so I'll do my best. Going to Cork at 11 to get a bus to 1am to Dublin, fly to Birmingham 6am, then a 2-hour train to Liverpool. Wow, Martin, you really are going the long way round, my friend, aren't you? That is dedication right there. Leaving at 11 to get a bus up to Dublin at 1, the flight to Birmingham 6am, 2-hour train trip to Liverpool. Martin, I tip my hat to you, sir. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow, and I hope you get the result. I hope we all get the results that we're hoping for. Klopp's Blitzkrieg said, I believe Chelsea flew from Prague to Liverpool on Friday. This surely will hamper their preparation. Thursday, Sundays generally don't work out too well for Europa League teams over the course of a season, so fingers crossed. I'm 51 and I've been told off by my mum, said Steve. Mate, you never argue with your mum. Your mum's always right. Everybody should learn that in life. Never argue with your mother. Your mother always knows best. I'm never negative, but this Chelsea game is giving me flashback. Don't even think about 13-14, mate. Don't even let it enter your mind. This is not the same group of players. It's not the same manager. Forget about it. The media have tried to ram this shit down our throats all week. Chelsea even had a little sly tweet about it today. Fuck them. Let's go out there tomorrow, get to 3 points and push on and march hopefully towards something special at the end of the season. It's no bearing on tomorrow's game. None whatsoever. Come on, you Reds, said Tyler the Guy. Mossy Kyo's gone 3-0 tomorrow. Awfully British said 2-2 boys. Sorry, but I think this may be the match. I just refuse to be negative in any way. I just refuse to believe that we're going to drop any points. In my head, we're going to win these last 5 games, and I'm going to keep believing that right till the end. But look, that's your opinion, mate. You're going for a 2-2 tomorrow. Just remember, to all Liverpool fans, our men believed that they pick up 3 points against Spurs, we'll draw on 1-1, and we still went out and did it. Exactly, Hansy, exactly. Right till the death. Against Everton, 96th minute as well. These boys just don't give up fighting. Hi Craig, we need to cop the outclass Chelsea team of fans tomorrow. We need our boys to fight for their lives. This does not. I'm not reading the end of that, Ben. Not a hope. No way. Not tempting any fate. Not reading it. I know I said 2 seconds ago it's got nothing to do with 13-14, but I'm not reading that phrase out, pal. What are the United players wearing during the warm-ups? The Egyptian flag with something written underneath it. I didn't watch the warm-up, mate. Sorry, I couldn't tell you. When are the recordings from London getting released? I believe they're staggered from the last week of April, Keane, if memory serves correct. Just check out 888 Sport around the end of April. We'll be tagged in them anyway, so we'll share them when they go out. Everyone is counting on Crystal Palace if they come out and blow Manchester City fans away. Fabian, for me, buddy, I'm not counting on Palace at all. I think Manchester City, I hope Manchester City will drop points somewhere. I don't really give a shit if that's tomorrow, if that's against Manchester United, if that's against Spurs, if that's against Leicester, if that's against Newcastle. Doesn't bother me one bit as long as the fuckers drop points somewhere. Sean Burke said, I think Keita will start. May well do, mate. It's getting to the point now where Klopp can put any 3 in that midfield and I'm going, yeah, I can understand that. Absolutely. I can't make an argument for why one of them shouldn't start. As long as we have Fabinho in the 6, I'm sound. Ryan, hello mate, and thank you for asking. I'm really well. I hope you are the same. An early goal will kill Chelsea's hope. 3-0 to Liverpool, said AJ. Tomas said, hey Craig, what do you make of us being in talks with Nike over a kit deal? You probably wrote that, mate, before I answered a few minutes ago, but I'm Adidas, whatever you want to call it. That's where my heart lies. But I also really like the New Balance kit, so I'd rather we went with either Adidas or New Balance, but after that, Nike would be the bottom of my list. I just don't like Nike and Liverpool. I just don't think it's a good fit. Plus, I guarantee you, if we end up going with Nike, the shirts go up a tenner than we currently play. Well, I say a tenner my money, maybe what, £6 or £7 sterling. Don't worry, Craig, I'll sing me heart out, says McSwiggs. I don't doubt it for 1 second. Why is Mossy Kyo fucking deleting everyone's messages here? What's going on? Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with Mossy Kyo there. Mate, why have you deleted 3 of people's comments? I'm not sure what's going on there. I think City will win tomorrow. Also, certainly it'll go to the last day, said Keane. Mossy, why have you deleted so many people's comments, mate? I don't know what's going on there. Who's going to win the league? Liverpool, Ryan. Of course Liverpool are going to win the league, pal. Hopefully Gundogan's comments galvanise this squad. What an idiotic thing to say. Let them keep saying it, as he let them motherfuckers keep saying what they want. Let them undermine themselves. We just carry on doing our thing. Crystal Palace 2, City 2, late penalty for Palace, reckons Press Mane. Think and I hope that City will draw, said Best Buddies. Ted Hutton said 3-0 to Liverpool, 2-2 between Palace and City. Loads of people really hanging their hat on Palace doing us a favour tomorrow. And look, I understand at Selhurst Park, if it's up for it, if the team and the crowd are up for it, it is not an easy place to go. I get that. It's weird, I'm so optimistic that Liverpool will do our bit and Liverpool will go and keep winning, but I'm really pessimistic as to Manchester City, or when Manchester City are pinning down a specific game that I think Manchester City might drop points in. Could be worse, Craig. He could support Everton. Yeah, mate. I mean, it could definitely be worse, without a shadow of a doubt. God, imagine supporting Everton. No, thank you. Okay, where was... Zaha scored a winner tomorrow, said Stephen Richards. Did you hear about the Chelsea fans calling Salah? I'm not even going to say what you said, mate, because, yeah, well, not at you, Liverpool Army, not at all at you, buddy. I'm just not repeating what those scumbags said. Yes, I did hear it. We spoke about it the other night, and it's sickening, and there's no place for it in our sport. Salah to score tomorrow would be great, said Ted Hutton. I hope he does, mate. I hope he scores and he just stands there with his arms crossed and just nods. Just nods knowingly. Knowing, yeah, I'm fucking great. Deal with it. Deal with it. I'm great. Deal with it. They don't have Newcastle. They have Burnley and Brighton. Sorry, mate. My bad. I thought they had Newcastle at one point, but yeah, no, you're right. Sure, I talked about them losing to Newcastle already, Matthew. You're correct, mate. Sorry. V8 Dyke said 3-1 to Liverpool. Van Dijk header, Keita solo goal, Firmino tap in with an assist by Robertson. Very specific there, mate. Liverpool man said 2-1 to Liverpool. What do you think, Craig? That's the prediction I went for as well. I think 2-1 sounds quite good. Wilfred Zaha going to bang in 2 tomorrow, said Rafa the Gaffer. Media Centre man said Nike kits are rubbish. That's kind of where I am, buddy. I don't like them. They just roll out the same shit to every club, just throw a different badge in it. And I know Adidas are guilty of that at times as well. You're wearing a Nike top. I know, I am. But it doesn't say Liverpool on it, mate. I never said I don't like Nike. I said I don't like Nike and Liverpool as a collaboration. I've nothing against Nike. I've got lots of Nike clothes. If Klopp wins the league this year with Liverpool, it'll go down as the greatest league title in Liverpool's history, taking how good this Manchester City side are. That's an interesting conversation point, Laser Sharp. It's a very interesting conversation point. I mean, you're talking about maybe winning this league title with 97 points. That is a crazy amount. And one loss all season as well, if we were to go through the rest of the season unbeaten. It has to be in the conversation. It has to be. Santosh said, agree with you, Adidas is much better than Nike. It's just garbage. Liverpool Football Club said, remember 2012 when Jordan Henderson scored the goal against Chelsea? Man, I remember, wasn't it last season? No, not last season, the season before. Second game of the season where he stuck within top bins against Chelsea as well. And then Conte changed his fucking system around and Chelsea went on to win the league. Morton said, bring Adidas back. Patrick Silk, hey Craig, what's the score tomorrow? I'm guessing 2-1, Patrick, to Liverpool, but I hope it's easier. I hope it's 3-1, 4-1, 2-0, 3-0. Nike makes kits and then markets it in different colours to every club, said Media Centre man. Put Milner at right back to nullify Hazard, said Elder Mozart 21. Yeah, you often seen this before, didn't you, when it comes to the big games or when we're up against players like Hazard or Sane perhaps at Manchester City or Raheem Sterling. Sometimes Jurgen Klopp used to utilise Joe Gomez at right back for these matches, and with Joe Gomez working his way back to match fitness, I think it's fair to say it isn't out of the realms of possibility that maybe we will see Millie put there tomorrow. I don't know. I find it really hard to second guess Jurgen Klopp's team selections because he always pulls something mad out of the bag, something that we weren't expecting, drops in an Adam Lallana or something like that. Pragmavert said Tottenham beating City would be a good knock-on effect. They'll go all out the second leg, then draw in the league game versus Spurs. Big game tomorrow, bro. I'm calling it 2-1. Would be good if Man City draw. Better result would be them to lose. We love you, Liverpool, said Elite Gamer 98. Bolts Empire, we're going to fight till the last minute. You bet your ass we are, pal. Every single game this season, these red men are going to keep fighting till the last minute. Okay, where else we got? Where was AJ's comments? Where's it gone? Skippity skip. Okay, there it is. Craig, I want LA K the winner just so we can celebrate like a madman, or we can see you celebrate like a madman. Yeah, man, I worry about that. If we were to score a late winner and I went on another Mo, kind of, I think my voice would be gone. I think I'd end up having, I think I'd probably have the subtitle at the end of the stream. I'd have no voice left whatsoever. Paul Young says Neres from Ajax will become a world-class player in the future. We need to get him in the summer. Another one that Everton thinks they're getting, by the way, Paul. You can add that to the Timo Werner list. Late winner is not good for tension levels. Oh man, I'm with you, Pragmaverts. In the moment, there's nothing sweeter than a late winner. I mean, oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? In the moment, but you're right. The moments are the minutes leading up to it and then waiting for the final whistle. It can be tough on the old ticker. And when you're not fit like me, maybe you young bucks, it's okay for you. You can bounce around your living rooms and jump up and down. But for an old lad like me, you know, getting on in age with a bit of weight on, it's the old ticker just goes da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. I don't see Palace winning. They only won last time because Townsend Wonderstrike said Red Hulk. Maybe he's got another one in the bag. Maybe. Fingers crossed, buddy. Fingers crossed. Liverpool Army reckons Mo Salah to score the winner. Oh, all week since that Chelsea incident, the that song "I'll Be Muslim Too" if it's good enough. You know, that song's been going through my head. Kind of in support of Mo, and I fucking hate bigotry, racism, homophobia, xenophobia. I just hate any group of people being singled out for no reason. I mean, you single out somebody for being a dickhead, fair enough. You're a dickhead, mate. I think you're a dickhead, fair enough. But you're just because of the colour of somebody's skin or the sex of the person that they love. Come on. We've gone past that as a society. If Salah scores, he won't celebrate. Fuck that, he'll definitely celebrate. There's no way if Salah scores, he's not celebrating tomorrow. Klopp's blitzkrieg, absolutely. I mean, if I'm Salah after what I've gone through this week, now bear in mind Mohamed Salah would not do this because Mohamed Salah is a classy dude, whereas I'm not, basically. I'm dropping me cacks and going balls deep. I'm just saying there they are. They are those cojones, ladies and gentlemen. Deal with it. That's what I'd do if I scored tomorrow. But Mohamed Salah is a much more respectful, classy man than I'll ever be. So I don't imagine he'll be doing that one. I'm going for 3-0 to us, says Kevin. I'm saying 4-1 or 4-0, said Lazy Demonetisation. I mean, I'd love to give them a kick, and I really would. I would love to go out there and absolutely batter those plastic fucks. Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Said Stephen Taggart. I think everyone's pretty good, mate. All buzzing for tomorrow by the looks of it. Feel like the KOP will suck in the goals again, said W Windows. Well, KLOPP does want everybody to be at their best, to be at 100%, wants people in early, wants the place rocking. Every game matters at this moment in time. Every single game matters. 5 league games to go. Yeah, I can understand Jurgen Klopp wanting the KOP to give him any little edge that he can. And to be fair, he's been very complimentary of the way the fans have been for this, what is a massive run in. Guys, one more thing. I spoke earlier on about a competition. So our friends at Score, Draw and 3 Retro, and you guys know by now, they've been so good to Anfield Agenda this season. They've given us another Liverpool Retro shirt to give away. So this time you can choose from either one of the ones on the Score, Draw site, or you can go on to 3 Retro and choose a Liverpool Retro shirt from there. And there have been 5 new releases over the past week, so do check that out. But to enter this competition, and we will be announcing the winner of this one on Monday, by the way, so it's not a very long competition. To enter, all you have to do is make a donation to the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Fund and check out our pinned tweet on the Anfield Agenda Twitter account. The reason I tell you to check out the pinned tweet is because to enter the competition, all we want you to do is make a donation to the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Fund and reply to the pinned tweet with a screenshot of your donation. Anybody who does that will go into the draw, and on Monday we'll announce the winner with thanks to our friends at Score, Draw and 3 Retro once again for the continued support of the channel. To be fair, Score, Draw reached out to me. They knew I was going up to the game, and they reached out and they said, look, we'd like to give you a shirt if you can think of a way maybe to help try and raise a couple of quid for the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Fund. And the guys are class acts. They are absolute class acts. I couldn't have asked for a better company or better companies to work with during our first season at Anfield Agenda. I've lost count of the amount of shirts they've given us to give away. But as I said, for this one, make a donation to the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Fund and just take a screenshot of it and reply to the pinned tweet on the Anfield Agenda Twitter account. If you're not following us on Twitter, it's just at Anfield Agenda. Really simple. And you'll see it's pinned to the profile on there. Just take a screenshot and reply, and that's it. You go into the draw, and we'll pick a winner on Monday. And every penny, as you said, every penny, as you know, goes to the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Fund because you're giving the money there directly, and that's what we wanted to do it this way. So again, thank you to Score, Draw and 3 Retro for their support. Rival fans will still call us bottlers, mate. I know. You'll 97 points possibly to lose the league, and they'll call you a bottler. Yeah, I know. I get it. It's hilarious. Can't wait for the Avengers, said Pragmaverts. Stephen Richard said, hit the subscribe button and drop a like on the stream too. And look, please do. We are inching towards 10,800 subscribers. We might even break 11,000, 12,000 this season, amazingly, in our first year. So if you are watching and you haven't subscribed but you're enjoying the content, remember, it's all free. It's always going to be free. Please do hit that subscribe button and, of course, drop a like on the stream. I'm going to say we'll win 1-0 or 2-0. Alisson to save a penalty. I'd fucking love it. I'd love Ali to save a penalty. I really would. Obviously, I'd like us to be 2 or 3-0 up at that point and let them have a sniff. And then, no. Alisson says no. Craig, still no kit news. New Balance really going all out to stop this kit from being seen. Yeah, it's crazy. Even at that, Joshua. Even thinking about the kit, mate. So we know that Liverpool traditionally wear the New Balance kit for the last home game of the season. Now, the last home game of the season this season is the one against Wolves on May the 12th at home. So we know Liverpool will be wearing the kit then. And it usually goes on general sale before that. So I'm amazed we haven't seen something, because you usually get your pre-orders and stuff out. And, you know, Liverpool usually have something on the site where they say, pre-order the kit now to receive X or Y, whatever it is this season when they give it away. But before that, you do usually see a couple of little snippets of the shirt floating around, whether it's on footy headlines or another site. And I've been looking, and maybe somebody else has seen something and I've missed it, but nothing, not a sniff so far of the new kit. I can't imagine it'll be too much longer until we see it. I imagine a week or two at the most. I love this, by the way. I love seeing the new kit for next season. I'm like a child at Christmas waiting for this kit. What do you think was our most clutch moment this season in terms of grabbing the most points? I can't think off the top of my head. I mean, what was the biggest turnaround? Has to be around Christmas time at some point, probably, when they were dropping points, and we pushed ahead. I can't think of any particular thing, mate. The moments obviously that stick in your mind are the Everton game, that Divock Origi 96-minute winner. Yeah, it's been a real ding-dong battle this season between the two clubs. I was at the game in 2012, 4-1. It was amazing. John Terry did the splits at Pragmaverts. Couldn't care less who makes our shirts as long as the players who wear them are good enough, said Elijah John 5. Completely understand that way of thinking as well. Jason said, R.I.P. Tommy Smith, you'll never walk alone. Dave Sweeney, how are you, pal? Liverpool Football Club reckons 4-0 tomorrow. K to 2 and Bobby 2. Damien Snowden, don't forget Manchester City have to go to Tottenham and Manchester United. Well, they've got Tottenham at home, mate. And Manchester United away, so City are going to lose points there. Yeah, they do have Spurs at home in the in the Premier League, and then Manchester United away in the Premier League as well. Win the game tomorrow and dedicated to Tommy Smith and the 96, said James Dyson. Would you give your favourite food for a year? Would you give up your favourite food for a year for Liverpool to win the league? 100%, mate. Without even blinking, yes, definitely. I'd give up Diet Coke for a year if I was guaranteed Liverpool were going to win the title. And you guys know what that means to me, because I drink Diet Coke like you guys breathe air. Could see Pep at Liverpool in the future. He must be jealous of our fans. Nah, couldn't see him there, Lee. Look, massive respect to Pep Guardiola as a manager. He's tremendous. I mean, I wouldn't disrespect the man by saying he isn't, but just doesn't seem a right fit for Liverpool, based on his previous managerial experience. How do you become a moderator in the chat? A couple of ways, Kevin. One, just be here a shit long time. That's one way, and being blunt about it. Second way is the Patreon. Go into Patreon, and it's one of the rewards on our Patreon reward scheme. You can see the orange image there on screen. Yeah, there's information on there if you want to check that one out. Like I said, Craig, we win the double, you go to 100,000 subs. I honestly don't think we would, but I wouldn't give a shit if we won the double. Cape Town Muslim, it would be all about winning that double, buddy, and anything for the channel would be a bonus, but it would just be about the double, mate. Joanne, how are we? Joanne said, would love to see Salah have a separate top underneath his shirt with something to show when he scores. You never know. Do you know what? Something lovely like peace or love, or something along those lines, Joanne, will probably be what I would have a guess that Mo would go with, because as I said, he's a class act. Dan Game said Palace to beat City 2-1 and Liverpool to win 3-0. What a great day that would be. It'd be tickety boo par excellence, mate. I'd be loving that. I don't even know if I'm going to watch the Manchester City game before I come on and start the live stream, because I don't want it to affect my mood. So I don't know if I'll watch it or not. Dylan said, what's up, Craig? Just joined. What have you been talking about? A bit of everything, buddy. A little bit of everything, really. Talking about team selection, competition that we're running, talking about the New Balance Nike Adidas kit deal. I think that's about it. Obviously paying our respects to Tommy Smith as well, but I think that's it. All I keep seeing is Adidas concept kits. I know it must do your head in, guys, that I go from Adidas to Adidas, and I don't even notice that I do it. I think it's the way I structure the sentence makes me decide which way I'm going to say the word. So if it's doing your head in, and I know I've actually been told by a few people that it's doing their fucking head in, I apologise. I don't mean to do it. Prediction, said Andrew, I'm going to go Manchester City to win 2-1 and Liverpool to win 2-1 actually as well. Not what I want, but it's my honest prediction. Poochmount said Alisson to have a Hazard to fraud penalty would be fantastic. What is your favourite Liverpool kit ever? It's difficult to say. My first kit was the grey candy one from 88-89. My favourite kit, probably the 86-87 Crown Paints Home. I also really liked the year, was it 96, where we had the green and white kind of chessboard looking kit with the grandfather collar, and at the same time our third kit that season was a gold kit with like little liverbird patches kind of all over it, or stamped all over it. I think most people probably remember that one. That was great. Those two were two of my favourites as well. I also really liked the 13-14 Warrior kit. Maybe it's because I liked seeing Suarez wearing it, but I just like that kit as well. Will you do an unbag or un of the new kit if you get it before most of us? I don't think I'll get it before anybody, mate. I mean, I'll get it the same day as everybody else on release day, but I'll be doing a video on it, an unbagging of 100%. I promise you that. When the new kit comes out and I order it and it comes to the house, I will absolutely open it up and talk through it on the stream. I won't touch it before then. You have my word on that one. Connor said I should have done it last year as well. Or when the season was it? Yeah, he said I should have made a video. I think we were on Periscope at the time, but yeah, I didn't do it, but I definitely will. Claire, how are we? It feels like ages, Claire. I hope you're keeping well. Probably isn't, but it just feels that way. They're waiting to put the 19 gold stars on it. That'd be fucking some amount of stars, mate, to put on the shirt, wouldn't it? Stars for the European Cups. 75% of Chelsea fans are all racists. Can't believe they sang a racist chant about Salah. Well, I think we're generalising a little bit there, Murtaza, when we're going with 75%. But what we have seemed to see is that maybe there's a higher percentage of dickheads in the Chelsea fan base than other fan bases. Or maybe they just have a louder group of dickheads. I don't know. Could be such an amazing month with the release of the Avengers and Liverpool winning the double. I mean, personally, I'll give a shite about the Avengers. Not my cup of tea. If we play against Barca, well, my son will though. Or my son absolutely will. Red Hulk, he'll be all over that, much like yourself. But for me, it doesn't really mean anything. The double though, that would be nice. Kevin said, honestly, Craig, I really hope your channel blows, mate. You deserve it so much. I'm rooting for you. It's not my channel, Kevin. I keep saying that. It's our fucking channel, ladies and gents, because this is a community channel. It's not mine. It's not Connor's. It's not Kev's. It's not October's. It's not Brian's. It's not Ben's, Kevin's, John. It's ours. We're a group. We're a community. We do this together. This channel has only grown because people have come in and made the chat as fun, as good, as honest, and as sensitive as it can be at times. And for that, I owe you guys a thank you. And I wanted to succeed because I wanted to succeed for all of us, not because I want anything from it. It's never been my intention with this. In fact, I probably could have had an easier run at this. I could have worked somewhere else. I could have went to work for a bigger channel, but it's never been what I wanted to do. It's never been about anything other than creating something special. And we're on the way. We're on the way. Every night I come on, I get to meet another one or two amazing people, and it's brilliant. It's great. I love being on YouTube. RIP to our all captain, first lift the European Cup, Tommy Smith, said John Hamilton. What's the competition that you're running, said Tussie. We are giving away another shirt with thanks to Score, Draw and 3 Retro. Just pop over to the Twitter account, mate, rather than me running through it all again. Basically, the long and short of it is there's a tweet on our Twitter account, a pinned tweet, and there's a video there with me describing what's going on, and you just need to make a donation to the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Fund. Take a screenshot of it and post it and reply to that tweet, and then you enter, and we're giving it away on Monday. That's the long and short of it, I think. Claire said, fuck off Nike, that's what I heard. Adidas and New Balance all the way. I want Adidas, still think it's shitty the way they ditched us in the past, said Red Hulk. Yeah, the way they went about it wasn't great. There was a little sly dig from them that like kind of insinuating that we weren't worth the money that we were looking for the last time, and maybe we weren't, but we got it. We got it elsewhere, that's all I can say. What brand would you prefer to make our kits? New Balance, Nike or Adidas? Adidas. If I'm being honest, Dan, Adidas. I love Adidas and Liverpool. After Adidas, I'd love to stay with New Balance because I think they make very nice clobber. I love their shoes. Love their tracksuit tops. I like all the shirts they've made as well. So New Balance, but Nike would be bottom of the pile for me, Dan. And I'm putting them underneath fucking Under Armour, underneath Puma, just bottom of the pile. Well, probably above Umbro actually, to be fair. Who remembers those nasty Reebok kits? Yeah, they weren't great. They weren't. The first Liverpool shirt I ever bought my wife was actually a gold and blue Reebok. It was the one Michael Owen won the FA Cup against Arsenal in. That kit. That's the first one I ever bought my missus. Claire said I run a lot. Literally Nike not for me. New Balance or Under Armour. Under Armour may be a bit more expensive, said John Hamilton. Okay, what else we got? I think there's a few more people in. There he is, Original Gunner. How are you, mate? Welcome in. Hope you're keeping well. Hey Craig, do you think we can beat Chelsea? Of course, Patrick, mate. Of course we can. We can beat anybody, particularly at home. Hope 3rd and 4th goes to the last day. 7-2, said Pragmaverts. Yeah, it was weird today seeing the United game and kind of going, oh, shit, we could actually do with these fuckers winning this game because we want them to have something to play for when they play City. But it's an odd feeling to have, isn't it? Because you never want Manchester United to do well. It just doesn't sit well with you as a Liverpool fan, but you kind of do want them to have something to play for when they play City. Craig, how about a prediction competition for the channel over the last 5 games running? Winner gets a prize, signed kit or something. Where am I going to pull this signed kit out of, mate? My arse. I can't just pull a signed kit out, buddy. If I had something to give away, I'm happy to give things away, but I can't just pull out a signed kit that I haven't got. I don't know. I think we're running a competition now. I think we've ran at least 10 competitions this season, which isn't bad for our first year as a channel, to be fair. Kevin said I'm spreading the word, mate. Thank you very much. What else we got? What would you do if it was Juve versus Liverpool final and Emre Can scores last second winner and didn't celebrate? Probably still smash my telly regardless, mate, because if Liverpool lost in the last minute of a Champions League final, I'd be heartbroken. I couldn't give a fuck if it was Emre Can that scored it, if it was Cristiano Ronaldo that scored it, or if it was a known goal off Sadio Mane's arse. It wouldn't make a world of difference to me. We'd still have lost and I'd still be pissed off. The score, honestly, would be irrelevant to me. Liverpool Football Club man said he wants Adidas. American sporting director will smash it with sponsors. They've been brilliant, to be fair. Absolutely brilliant with all the commercial deals they've done. Craig, loved your post with Dave. 2 wonderful men who love this club. Get in. Yeah, it was weird. We'd actually filmed the same interview on 3 different devices, Claire. And I just said, Dave said, can I post it up on my channel as well? And I just said, do you know what, man? You just have it. You just go away. Work away with it, Dave, there, man, and knock it out. And it was great to meet him. He's a gent. It was really nice to talk to him. What time is the match on tomorrow? 4:30. Damien, 4:30 UK time. And the Manchester City game is on before it. They're playing Crystal Palace beforehand. I think that match kicks off at 2:15, or maybe it's 2:05, sometime around then. Don't think it's right to go after innocent people based on the media. I don't know what that means. Maybe I've missed something, Ham's Master. I'm not sure if I've missed part of the conversation. Craig, check out the Vancouver Whitecap shirt. I will indeed, Stephen. Who else in the league is with New Balance? I like that we're more exclusive. I don't know in the league. Well, I know Ireland wear New Balance, Porto wear New Balance, Celtic wear New Balance. Is there any other Premier League teams that wear New Balance? I don't know. I can't think of any. I can't think of any. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any other Premier League team that wear New Balance. Shamrock Rovers did at one point in Ireland as well. I'm not sure if they still do. Yeah, I can't think of one. Although we could have said the same about Warrior, even though they're the same company technically. Well, the same brand anyway. Signed merch by Brian, Craig and Connor would be eggerific. Look, for fuck's sake. Nobody wants our signatures, Dave, on anything. Plus, actually, weirdly, the merch doesn't come directly from us. So for us to sign anything, we'd have to get the merch delivered to us and then get the merch shipped from us out to other people as well, which would be a bit of a delay for the people involved. West Ham got robbed. Yes, they did. Goal in the first half shouldn't have been disallowed. Penalty, the first one, probably, according to the referee at the time who spoke on BT, it wasn't a penalty, but look, it is what it is. Nelson said Crystal Palace 1, Manchester City 1, and Liverpool 1, Chelsea 0 is his predictions. I was at the Leinster game in the RDS today, said Leitrim for Sam. Was that a Pro 14 game, buddy? I wasn't paying any attention to what was going on in the rugby world today. John Hamilton said, watched the United game earlier, saw Edwards in the crowd, couldn't believe how much he looks like Ian Hislop. He does actually, a little bit to be fair. Celtic, yep. Stoke did, which is a good shout, Joy. Good show. Southampton are Under Armour, aren't they? Ryan, I thought Southampton were Under Armour, unless they've changed. In my memory, Southampton were Under Armour. Line-up predictions. So Liverpool man wants to know in the chat. I'm going for Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Matip, Robertson, Fabinho, Henderson, Gini, Mane, Firmino, Salah. That's my 11 for tomorrow, and a prediction of 2-1. Claire said my prediction for tomorrow: Palace 1, City 1, Liverpool 4, the Plastics 1. Bring it on. Did you see the Krala-Lomachenko fight? I did. I didn't watch it till this morning, Azzy. I recorded it because I was knackered when I came back from Dublin. The footwork of Vasyl Lomachenko is ridiculous. Now, I know his father made him take ballet, I believe, when he was younger, but he literally fucking floats around the ring, and I've seen him fight on a couple of occasions, but to see him just dismantle a very good fighter, an aging fighter, but a very good fighter in Anthony Crolla, it was just levels, mate. It was just levels, and Lomachenko, he's a sensation. I mean, I think they said he won 366 or 367 amateur bouts. I know he lost his first professional bout, which is hilarious, but he's now gone on to win another 12 or 13 in a row, winning titles in 3 weight divisions. He is class, just absolute class. I was sorry to see Crolla taken apart like that, but you know what? Anthony Crolla took the challenge, and he's a world champion. He was a world champion. You never take that away from Anthony Crolla. I know he's a Mancunian, I know he's a Manchester United fan, but I'm a boxing fan, and I love a story like his. So Anthony Crolla can look back on his career if he steps away now and know that he's done everything. He's done everything that he probably set out to do in his career. Chelsea to finish up with 10 men. Alonso or Rudiger to be sent off, said Shabir. Yeah, it was a Pro 14 match. Where's that one? Versus Glasgow Warriors. I'm going to the Champions Cup semi next Sunday versus Toulouse at the Aviva. Nice. I keep telling myself I should go, Leitrim for Sam. I keep saying I can never get a ticket to a Six Nations game because unless I'm wrong about this, and I may well be, they don't go on general release. Like they don't go on to Ticketmaster or anything. I could be wrong on that, but I keep meaning to go to a Champions Cup game, but I never get around to it. Plus, none of my mates like rugby anyway, so I'd be going on me Todd. Who's your favourite boxer of all time and why? Mike Tyson. because he's a beast. Simple. Put aside, I know we can talk about what he's done. I know we can talk about the rape. We can talk about him going to prison. I know. But from a purely boxing standpoint, the man just struck fear into anybody he stepped into a ring with. Yeah, definitely. Talented though, the most talented boxer for me, Sugar Ray Leonard was unbelievable. As much as I absolutely despise this fucker, and I do despise this man I'm about to say with the fire of 1,000 suns, I think Floyd Mayweather is the best defensive boxer I've ever seen. Oscar De La Hoya in his prime, tremendous. Going right back as well, Lennox Lewis as a heavyweight, can't be underrated. Now I know he lost to Hasim Rahman and he should never have lost that fight, but he did. I could keep going, man. I could keep talking. I mean, there's been so many amazing fighters and fights over the years. I mean, one of the best fights that I ever seen, and I can't even remember who the other guy was, but it was the fight that Bernard Dunn, an Irish fighter, won his world title. It was a real rocky fight. Both men rocked, both men down. It was just unbelievable. I just love the sport. I just absolutely love boxing. What county in Ireland am I from? Originally from Dublin, now in Wexford. Cade will make an appearance at some point though, said Claire. Probably. I love that he's in a good moment now in his Liverpool career. I absolutely love that. Nelson said, I love the midfield formation of Cade, Henderson and Fabinho, which is sound with me, mate. Absolutely. And Genie has looked tired, to be fair, lately, so maybe Cade is a good show. Brian, how are we? Evening all off again for a while. It's a shame Sally used to play for Chelsea, so he won't celebrate a goal. I'd say he will. And I'm not talking about him celebrating a goal because of what happened during the week or anything like that. Just because of what it means to the club in this title push. I think he will celebrate if he scores. And Kev has put the link into the Anfield Agenda Instagram account if anybody wants to go over and give that one a follow. Kev looks after that one for us. If you want to just search for it, it's just at Anfield Agenda, but the link is in the chat. Liverpool's main expenditure with Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, is that what that is? HMRC is titled Southampton, and somebody else said that earlier on actually. Southampton are sponsored by Liverpool, Kev said. 90th minute Robbo goal. Who was it saying that? Sorry, chat moved on me there. Who was it went with the 90th minute Robbo? Oh, Roy Jones Jr. was an absolute belter of a shout as well there, Pragmaverts. Where's that one gone? Where am I? I've lost 90th minute Robbo. There we go. It was Tom Jones. Liverpool, Celtic, Porto, Lille, Ireland, Costa Rica, Panama and Bilbao are all Under Armour. Thank you for that, Azzy. Did you see the presser with Klopp asking about 13-14? I did, Dave, and he's fucking right to say it's nothing to do with us, nothing to do with these players, nothing to do with this squad, nothing to do with this manager. He's damn right. It's like saying, comparing any other Liverpool game or any other Liverpool era. It just doesn't make sense. Same with Chelsea. I mean, yes, there's some of the Chelsea players there, but in the main, it's not the same group. They go in general sale, but very few because supporters clubs get first choice. Yeah, that's what I was led to believe as well on the Six Nations tickets. Brian said, if we consider the pressure that will suddenly be on us to beat Chelsea if Palace beat City, every Liverpool player will expect City to get 3 points. I mean, I think we have to just assume, Brian, and I think the players should probably go out and assume that City are going to go and get 3 points as well, and just be in that mindset to just go and fight for every single ball from the first whistle. Hem said, sorry I'm late, just come back from my dad's birthday meal. Happy birthday to your dad, Hem, from all of us. I hope you had a wonderful meal. I hope you had a lovely day. What else we got? Watch boxing, said Liverpool Football Club. I mean, I absolutely love boxing. Cade has really shown his quality. I love him and he'll become one of our best players. Just need him to learn our system, gain some confidence, and boom, he certainly is a player. So Claire. Muhammad Ali Clay. Well, his name was Cassius Clay or Muhammad Ali, mate. His name was Cassius Clay, and then when he found Islam, he became Muhammad Ali. Is better than Mike Tyson. Most probably is, but I never got to see Muhammad Ali fight, mate. He was before my era. I can only comment on who I've seen fighting. Muhammad Ali was before my time. Did you hear we might be signing Hazard's brother? Yes, I've seen the links to Torgan Hazard. The more I've read about this though, and again, you take what you read in the media with a pinch of salt. I've seen him more strongly linked to Borussia Dortmund. 43 million, I think, is the figure that's being bandied about. But, you never know. In the media, you take what you get with a pinch of salt, don't you? If you like boxing, watch the movie Southpaw. I keep meaning to. That's the one with Jake Gyllenhaal. I keep meaning to watch that, Stephen, and I just never get around to it. No way we can rely on United to beat City. They're trash, said 19 Lion 8. They are kind of shit, mate, to be fair. I do agree with you. Nassim Hamed was brilliant. He was absolutely great. Who was it that Nassim Hamed went... Oh, it wasn't Morales. Who was it that he went over to Vegas and got absolutely sparked by? Oh, God, who was... Can anybody in the chat remember that? Who Nassim Hamed got his ass handed to him by in Vegas? I keep forgetting who that was. His entrance to the ring, by the way, Nassim Hamed was brilliant, and he was an amazing fighter, absolutely amazing. But that fight that night when he went over to Vegas, he was schooled. George Foreman, because he made the grill that I used to make my sausages in the morning, said Rafa the Gaffer. I mean, what a sideline that was from L. George Foreman. Roy Jones Jr. fought with his hands tied behind his hands behind his back. So did Joe Calzaghe at some points as well. Hate the fact that it's not in our hands, said Brian O'Leary. It would be so painful to win all our games and still finish second. I'm just hoping the lucky late winners we got in some games this season will mean something. I think, Brian, your statement there, mate, sums up how we're all feeling, pal. It's... To finish second, mate, on 97 points would be soul destroying. It would. It would be so hard to take. And one way, you'd be proud of the push and the efforts from the guys, but at the end of the day, we want to win something, so you're spot on, mate. It would be very difficult to take. Marco Antonio Barrera, thank you. Good, look at this, you guys, amazing, absolutely, you never let me down. Yeah, it was Marco Antonio Barrera, wasn't it? Thank you, Gary, thank you, Neil, thank you, Robert Milliken, Azzy, and anybody else who googled that for me or just knew it off the top of their heads. What do I think of Anthony Joshua? I think he is a fucking beast, mate. I think he's a monster. I think he's getting better and better with every single fight. I think he absolutely dismantles Deontay Wilder, but I think his real tough fight is against Tyson Fury, because against Tyson Fury, he's in against somebody that's bigger than him, probably, can lean on him, can drain him. If there's one thing with heavyweights, the longer the fights go, and yeah, I know we've seen Tyson or AJ carry power through. We've seen it against Klitschko, the 11th round, but I don't know. I think his biggest test will be against Tyson Fury, personally. I think if he fights Deontay Wilder after he beats Miller, he takes Wilder to the cleaners. I mean, I know Wilder has ridiculous power in his hands, but his footwork is fucking shambolic, and his boxing ability it's not on the same level as Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua. He's athletic, he's fast, he's awkward, he's gangly, he's powerful, really powerful. Fury schooled him, and if Fury had been a little bit sloppy, he'd have won that fight hands down. So for me, I think the big fight in the heavyweight division is Fury Joshua. Who wins that fight? I think depends on when the fight takes place. If I'm Tyson Fury, I don't want Anthony Joshua having too many more fights before that fight. I was at his fight against Kevin Kelly, said Azzy. If City come through, Palace, Spurs, United unscathed, it's going to be hard, said Kev. It is. It's fucking tough, man. We've a month to go, and I don't know. It's scary to think of the next month. It's scary. It's brilliant. It's like I've gone through every emotion. I've gone through every fucking emotion, man. Dr. Gee said, "Hi, fatty, looking good. What have I missed?" Firstly, fuck you. Secondly, welcome. Thirdly, not too much, just a bit of chit chat, mate. Social media people can be anonymous though, so double-edged swords or pragmaverts. Triple Y Dollar said, it's very late here, but I'm going to stick with you. It's a good stream. Thank you very much, mate. Josh Kelly, welcome. Said, please notice me, Craig, mate. I always try and say hello to everybody that pops in. Welcome. Tyson Fury equals legend. Do you know what? He really does. Tyson Fury has done and said some really stupid shit during his career, but he's growing and he is maturing as a man, and he's been through a tougher fight than he'll ever have in the ring, and he came out of it the other side a better man, and has done a lot for mental health awareness, mental health charities, raised money. He's a good man. He's a good fucking man, and he won me over big time. And I hope Tyson Fury has a wonderful career, wonderful life, and I hope he keeps doing what he's doing. Yeah, nothing but love for Tyson Fury for me. Nothing but love. While there's no boxing skills for a pro, just a huge overhand right, said familiar to billions. What do you think of the McCanns? As in, are we talking about Madeleine McCann? I watched the Netflix series. It was a really good eye opener. I definitely learned things that I didn't know before. Hand on heart, and I know this might do, and I've held off giving my opinion on this because I wanted to let the furore, if you want, whatever it's called, die down. After watching that documentary, I'm still on the fucking fence, if I'm being honest. Before the documentary, I would have leaned towards the parents having something to do with it, or at least having more knowledge about it than they did. After watching the documentary, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence, but what I can say is that above all else, above the parents, above whether they had knowledge of it or not, I just want that young lady to be found. That's all. That's the most important thing here, and I think nobody can ever lose sight of that. A child went missing, and that should be the main focus of everything. We'll find the child and then we'll figure out the rest afterwards, but top priority should be finding that young lady. And that's all I can really say on it. To be fair, I'm not qualified to give a better opinion on this. I just watched the documentary like other people. I don't know the ins and outs of it other than what I've watched, and even in the documentary, a lot of it is factual, of course, but it's still somebody's opinion a lot of the time. So yeah, it's a difficult one, and there's people far more intelligent than myself who give much better opinions on that documentary or that situation than I could ever give. I think City versus United might be where they drop points at Bolt's Empire. Racism is bad, especially Brexit. When racism is disgusting, Brexit's a fucking shambles, to be fair. Yeah, I know I'm not English, but the Brexit thing, it does affect my country to an extent, but it's weird. I mean, no fucking plan whatsoever. It's nuts. Tyson is too real. I love how he came back. Top lad, said Media Centre Man. I live in Saudi Arabia, said Triple White Dollars. What is the time? Is it you 3 hours ahead, mate? Over there, am I right in saying that one? Is it like, what is it, like 11, 2 a.m. in Saudi Arabia? Am I right with that? How do I feel about Camacho potentially being sold? Whatever's best for the kid. Basically, that's how I feel about it. If Jurgen Klopp believes highly enough in him, and I don't know if he does or doesn't, I'm just being hypothetical here, he'd fight really hard to keep him like he did with Ryan Brewster. So if Rafa Camacho goes, then he goes, and I hope he has a wonderful career. If he stays, he stays, and I hope he has a wonderful career. Who do I think is the best pound for pound fighter now? It's between Lomachenko, Errol Spence, and Crawford, like you said, probably. Yeah, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, or Lomachenko. I think it's between those three. Triple G, I think he's tipped over. And I refuse to even fucking talk about Canelo. I just refuse to even enter that conversation for obvious reasons. If anyone's a boxing fan, they should know. Katie Taylor, yes, there you go. Katie Taylor's an absolute legend, Kevin. I mean, put aside all this male boxing, female boxing, Katie Taylor can fucking fight. And I mean, fight like with the best of them. Her footwork is amazing. Her hand speed is amazing. Yeah, Katie Taylor is a phenomenon. What do you think of the video of Dele getting the Ajax fans going as a 17-year-old? absolutely loves it. I haven't seen it. I wish I could give you a better answer, but I haven't seen it. Claire said, I don't get any of the publicity, documentaries, etc. over here, but I grew up near the McCanns. I literally can't believe as parents I had anything to do with it. It's only my opinion. It's all just opinions, Claire, mate. It's okay. None of us know. We're all just giving our 2 cents here and trying to be respectful in the process. I think Woodburn should be called back. He's here. Ben Woodburn's at the club, isn't he? He came back from Sheffield United with an injury. He's with the 23s, as far as I'm aware anyway. Good old Leeds look like they're coming up, said Red Hulk. Yeah, another good 1-0 win for them today, and Sheffield United dropping points as well at home, so it does put Leeds in pole position to take that second automatic qualifying spot. Did I watch the Vassal qualify? I did. Excuse me, yeah, Lomachenko, his footwork, his hand speed, it's just a different level. Be interesting to see if Mickey Garcia does take the fight or if he moves up. So let's just wait and see what happens with that one. Who is our number one summer signing priority? I would say, I can understand the Timo Werner show, and I'm with you. I love Timo Werner, but I need a 10. I just need us to sign a fucking attacking midfielder, mate. I'm with you on Timo Werner. Absolutely want him to sign, want him to be here, but I just want us to sign an attacking midfielder, and I don't know who. I'll give you the Fakirs, I'll give you the Dybalas, I throw the normal links around. Thorgan Hazard's been linked as well. I just don't know, but we just need that 10. Why is everybody always obsessed with what my fucking day job is? The amount of times I get asked that, Dodge. I've answered that question many, many, many times, mate. I can't just keep answering it. Just put it this way, I don't work a 9 to 5. Just put it that way. Far Island, and I don't mean to be dismissive, Dodge, mate. You know I love you. I'm not being dismissive with that answer. It's just lots of different stuff, mate. No one thing, put it that way. I'm listening to the show while trying to put together IKEA. You still putting together that IKEA stuff, Dave? Come on, mate. Jesus, what did you buy IKEA? If you never hear from me again, call the police. It was a cat bed the last time, if I remember. I fucking hate flat pack furniture. Hate it. It always just ends up in a row in my house if I have to put together that stuff. Hem said my dad had a good day. Craig, cheers. He was a bit dampened as he saw Brighton thumped by Bournemouth. Was a joke. I did not see that scoreline coming, buddy. Honestly, I didn't see it happening. 5-0. But again, happy birthday to your dad. I do hope you had a good day. Timo Werner is a bit overrated, but still a quality player. He hasn't been at the level that he's capable of, Paul. I think that's a very fair thing to say, but I just think under Jurgen Klopp, and we can't forget that he's still young, I think he can turn into an absolute superstar. Ziyech is who Dr. Gee wants. How about young Felix as a 10? You're talking 100 odd million for him, if not more, by the looks of it. Manchester City looking at him. I think Barcelona looking at him. Every top club in Europe are going to be looking at that kid. Hat-trick again for Benfica during the week against Frankfurt. Yeah, he looks like a superstar, and we were supposedly, we put in a bid for him in January, I think, wasn't it? It was like 50-something million that was turned down. Craig's day job is driving around posing in his Daimler he bought with all the YouTube money he doesn't have. Mad that you said Daimler though, because I do love like an Arthur Daly Daimler from back in the day. So that defo is my style of car, that old Daimler. With all the YouTube money he doesn't have, exactly the money he doesn't have, because he doesn't give a shit about the money. It's not about money for me. It's about community. I know people think that's a cheesy line. I promise you it's true. If I wanted to make money from YouTube, I wouldn't be doing this channel, put it that way. I would do something much broader ranging that is much easier to get bigger numbers on. I do this because I love this, and I do this because I love talking to Liverpool fans, and because you guys teach me something every single time I'm on here, and that's brilliant. Where else am I going to find out some of the mad shit that you guys tell me? Isco has been crazy ball retention, great through balls and great turn of pace. So Pragmavert still waiting for the day we sign. Oh, we see Gizmo on a stream. Sorry, yes, I might get him a haircut first, because he's about due his summer haircut, because he's He's a little kind of Westy Scotty cross or Westy Yorkie cross or one of those. He's a crossover between some of those two smaller breeds. And in the winter, I let his hair grow a bit because it's colder. But he is an inside dog, but still, it still can get chilly. And then when the good weather comes in, he gets his summer haircut. So I might wait till he gets a summer haircut and then bring him up. He'll probably just start licking the camera though, because he's an absolute whore for attention. He really is. People coming to my house, first thing I say is, if you pet him, it's on you. Don't moan at me if you pet him. It's fucking on you. Because once you pet my dog once, that's it. He's attached to you for the rest of the time you're here. The only reason I go to IKEA is the meatballs with gravy, said Kieran. They're pretty tasty, to be fair, the meatballs. I like they have pastries. They have roundy pastries that you can put in the oven at home. I think they're like cinnamon pastries. I like them. João Felix price keeps getting higher, said Pragmaverse. It does. Douglas Costa is a good shout from Liam Kelt. I like the fact Goldbridge drives the decade-old Astra and Mr. Dublin Initial drives a Land Rover Sport. Speaks volumes. I didn't have a fucking clue what either of them drove, to be fair. It doesn't shock me that Mark's very sensible. I mean, that absolutely, I would believe that, because I would never imagine that Mark was about the money either. I honestly believe underneath it all with Mark Goldbridge and what he does, he just loves what he does. I honestly believe that. I'm sure by now he could have moved on to something bigger and has had offers, but I genuinely believe he loves doing the United stand, and it's his baby. So yeah, I'd absolutely get that. I didn't know what Mr. Dublin Initials drove, but if that's the case, it doesn't shock me in the slightest. Bruno Fernandes is a shout from Yibber Jaha. I hope I pronounced that one correctly. I apologise if I didn't. Craig's other job is a male stripper. Yeah. Did you is it Dial a Fat Bald Nonce? Is it? Did you ring Dial a Fat Bald Nonce? Here I am. Imagine that. Imagine ordering a stripper and this motherfucker showing up. No. Money back guarantee. What else we got? A few more comments and then I'm gonna head off actually, because I didn't realise what time it was. But Marko Grujic, much play next season. He's been class with Hertha Berlin. From what I can gather, he's going to go out on loan, and what I read at the time was that he will go on loan to a club that is in European football next season, so he can gain that experience. But you never know, things can change quick in football. Red Hulk said we're so close to 10.8 thousand subs. Oh, we are as well. We're only 12 away. So look, if you're watching, you haven't subscribed, you want to help us out, please do hit that button. Help us get to 10,800. And of course, drop a like on the stream if you're on your way out or before you head off. If we sign 300 million on every player, we win big trophies. I don't know what that means. Sorry, I'm just trying to get through. Gizmo's gorgeous, said Brian Morrissey. Oh yes, I forgot you met Gizmo, Brian. How many points do you believe will be enough to win the title? I honestly think we need to take every point on offer, Brian. I'm not joking. I think we need 97 points. If Manchester City draw, we need 97 points. I just don't see them dropping many more. And I think if we drop points before they drop points, we're up shit creek. So, yeah, genuinely. You did well, Craig. What do you think of Bruno Fernandes? He's been very highly spoken of, but I don't know enough about the guy. I'd be lying. I've seen the links to him. I've definitely seen them, but yeah, I don't know. Jovic is better than Werner, said Eric Warwick. He's having one hell of a season, isn't he? Absolute belter of a season at Eintracht Frankfurt. Again, though, he's owned by Benfica, isn't he? So we'd have to deal with those lads anyway, like we would if we went after that Bruno or that João Felix guy. Tommy Smith, not one for the snowflakes, said Liam Kelt. We spoke about Tommy Smith earlier on and his passing at 74 years of age. Yeah, nothing. We spoke and we said the word legend does get thrown around too easily in the modern era, but Tommy Smith, the Anfield Iron, is a legend of this football club. How many Chelsea players will get into our current side? Look, being fair, as much as I think Hazard is up and down, he'd get in the side on his best day, definitely. So Hazard, I'm not lying. I'm fucking struggling after Hazard. Willian gets in the squad maybe, but not to start in 11. I'm sorry, I'm fucking struggling after that. I'm not being disrespectful. I just don't really rate Chelsea that highly at the minute. Alonso wouldn't suit our system one bit. Azpilicueta, as somebody pointed out, is an amazing defender, but certainly probably just about past his peak. Rudiger's dog shit. Jorginho is... I don't know if he'd suit the way we play now with Fabinho there. I like Fabinho. Barkley, no. I honestly don't really see many, mate, if I'm being honest. Vardy needs an inspired game against City. He likes facing them, said Pragmaverts. How many Chelsea players will get in their current side? I've gone through that one. De Ligt or Koulibaly, 1,000,000% De Ligt for various reasons, but probably the main one being he's only 18, 19 years of age, so you've got 12, 13 years of him at the top level, whereas Koulibaly was an amazing defender. I mean, elite level, top level centre back in his prime right now. So I would go for De Ligt personally. Kante, yes, sorry, I completely forgot about N'Golo Kante. Yes, you're all right. How did N'Golo Kante slip my mind? Without a doubt, Kante gets into any squad. Even not because of his football ability, which is top level, but because he's fucking N'Golo Kante and he's just a dude, and I love N'Golo Kante. So yes, Kante, I give you guys Kante 100%. Azpilicueta, I think he's past his best, but he has been an outstanding defender, as I said. Hudson-Odoi, it's too early to say, but there's certainly potential there, and if we bought him, I wouldn't say no. Bobby Barron, how are you, mate? Hope you drop points tomorrow, pal. Sorry, I do. But I hope you're keeping well as well, most importantly. Jordan, I'm very well, thank you, mate. How are you? I hope you've had a nice weekend so far. Right, are we there? Craig, apologies if you've already spoken about this, but do you think Chelsea fans will respect the minute silence tomorrow? Personally, I don't. I hold out hope, Brian. I hold out hope that they will. I know that the vast majority of Chelsea fans are good people, good footballing people that follow the club and watch their club. There's dickheads there. There's dickheads in every club. They have form for not respecting it. I think was it 2012. I can't remember, but I'm going back a few years. They didn't respect it. I hope they do, particularly with the week that's been in it. Particularly with their fans already having let themselves down on numerous occasions this season. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I hope that they will. But I guess, Brian, we'll see tomorrow, pal. But either way, I hope we absolutely spank them tomorrow. Hazard will be super covered tomorrow, but not as if we don't know he's coming. I trust Klopp tactics, said Claire. Boyer said I also love Kante. You've got to love Kante, don't you? He's just one of life's good guys, like Mo Salah. He's just a good lad. An honest, down to earth, lovely fella. Not that I've met him, but you know, from what I've seen and the way he comes across, he just seems like a lovely guy. I'll wear something red to work Monday to remember the 96, said Liverpool 5 times. Bobby Barron thinks 2-1 tomorrow. Right, look, ladies and gents, I am going to call it an evening. We will be doing a watch along as always of tomorrow's game starting from 4 p.m. We don't schedule watch alongs because it's a more likely way of getting triggered for copyright. So we've tended not to schedule them. So just know that we will be going live at 4 o'clock tomorrow. So I hope you can join us for that one. It's another massive game in Liverpool season. We'll know what happens in the Manchester City game beforehand, but whatever happens, we need to get behind Jurgen Klopp and our guys tomorrow. So I hope you can join me on here for that one starting at 4 o'clock. We'll have a post-match show as well. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream. But most importantly, as I always end, take care of your families, tell your loved ones that you love them, and up the motherfucking Reds.